As some of you guys know, I recently got a new table saw. It's a SawStop PCS 175, which of course is a 10-inch cabinet saw with a 1 3/4 horse motor. And I've seen a lot of comments from people saying that I should have got the 3 horse, 1 3/4 horse is weak, you're gonna regret your decision, that saw's garbage. I've heard it all. Since having this saw, I've cut plywood, OSB, foam, plastics, thin hardwoods, thick hardwoods with absolutely no issues whatsoever. In fact, just before filming this, I actually resawed this piece of cherry with a full kerf rip blade. There's no burn marks. It's not the greatest piece of lumber in the world, but there's no burn marks whatsoever. And as you guys know, cherry, like maple, is very prone to burning, especially when you stress it out with a saw blade. And I didn't have to force it through the machine. It actually just went through it, no problem whatsoever. And that's a full kerf blade. Some people will tell you you shouldn't run a full kerf blade on a quote underpowered saw. But if you have a sharp blade with the right tooth geometry, you'll be fine. If you guys use the right blade for the machine and the material that you're cutting, like a thin or a thick kerf blade, rip blade, or a crosscut blade, an underpowered so-called machine can do a lot more than the internet might lead you to believe. One of the things I like about this saw is that they've made it so easy to change the blades that I can get in here and pick the right blade and put the right blade on here. There's a reason why there's so many blades sold by blade manufacturers, because there's different blades for different tasks. Now, if you are one of those people that likes to leave your 3-year-old never been sharpened combination blade on there and just shove stuff through, 3 horse might be your option. Now, another thing in my situation, and something that other people may come across as well, is I don't have 240 volt service in my shop. When I was purchasing this saw, when I was going through building it the way that I wanted to build it, I had an electrician come out and try to get a quote to hook up a sub panel out here so I have more receptacles and 240 volt service. The original price that I thought that I heard was in my budget. So I called SawStop back up, hopefully before they shipped it, and said, hey, can you bump me up to a 3 horse motor? And they had already shipped it. It's actually a good thing, because the final price I got for electrical was way outside my budget. If they had shipped me a 3 horse model saw, it would still be in boxes. I wouldn't have been able to do any of the videos that I've done in the last month and a half, and you guys would have nothing to bitch about. As far as I'm concerned, I did you guys a favor. There's a lot of talk when it comes to YouTube comments, Instagram comments, forums, anything basically on the internet. Yet every time you turn around, you'll see someone with a underpowered saw making all kinds of cool stuff. If you use a sharp blade with the right tooth configuration and you watch your feed rate, you can cut a heck of a lot with not very much machine. It is nice to have the bigger machine and the bigger motor, I will admit. I do wish that I had it. I don't need the full 12.5-inch rip capacity or resaw capacity on my bandsaw, but I got it because I wanted to future-proof myself for when I did need it. I don't need a full floor stand drill press, but I wanted the option without having to purchase a new machine down the road. I'm a big fan of future-proofing yourself. If you have the money and you have the means, as in the power, yeah, definitely opt for that few $100s extra, whatever it is. The beauty of the SawStop and some other machines out there as well, I'm sure, is that I can just get a hold of them and say, hey, I upgraded power in my shop. Can I order a 3 horse motor in the wiring kit? And they can send it down here, I can rewire it. I can keep the saw that I love, but upgrade with a little bit more power. So hopefully this video reaches someone who has also been on the fence and is in sort of the tool buying process. There is so much dumb information on the internet. Thanks so much for listening to me rant, you guys. I'll catch you in the next one.